boys. A 1 and a 2, and we're out of time. It's finger licking good. Woo!
This is the Pepsi that your father drank. And his father drank before he met your grandmother. This is the Pepsi for this model and his mom. Hi, Cindy. Show him how it's done. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
While our most elevated models can be simulated, nothing compares to the real thing. Experience the Command Performance Sales event for yourself, now through April 2nd. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Come on, Duck! You can do it, Duck. Hurry up, Duck!
You can do it, Doc.
IAMS helps keep your dog healthy at every stage, so you can always look forward to what's next.
College Basketball Live Scoreboard is presented by Campbell's Chunky Max Soup. Fill up.
Oh dear, finish your bracket quickly. We can't be late to the dance.
Bippity boppity boo.
Everybody here is out of sight. They don't bark, they don't bite, they keep things.
Don't forget to invite at least one Cinderella to the dance.
Everybody will dance.
Cinderella always makes an appearance.
Well, King Harvest bringing us back. Boston College and Clemson over in the ACC tournament. Shelton Mitchell. He's got a bunch of players all over him. Doesn't matter. Clemson leads by 10. BC's been, hanging tough, trying to keep the Cinderella alive, but Anthony Oliver with the 3. Hanging in there.
Yeah, 3 games in 3 days, not easy.
Over on ESPN, it's close enough. Just a few seconds here before we send it back to the Big 12 in Kansas. What does Kansas have to do?
Kansas just have to sling the ball. All right, now turn it over. Sling it, make Oklahoma State chase it, challenge that three-point defense, break them down, use every bit of the front court to attack 4 around 1, play.
Dallin, why does Oklahoma State have success against them?
They outwork them. That's what they have to match their energy right now. KU's got to come out and want to play and battle the inside without Azubuike in the lineup.
Because Oklahoma State is going to do that. Their
100%.
lives depend on it. The 3 of us will see it to half. Until then, send it back out. Big 12 tournament in Kansas City.
Welcome back to Champ Week, presented by Principal. And welcome back to Kansas City. The KU fans have poured into the Sprint Center. They are ready for quarterfinal number 2 against a team that KU hasn't beat so far this season. It's Oklahoma State and Kansas. Game 2 of the quadruple header of this quarterfinal round of the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship. Game 1, a thriller in overtime. Desmond Bain forces overtime for TCU with a buzzer-beating 3. And then Barry Brown on and 1 with 11 seconds to go. And that proved to be the game-winning basket. Kansas State advances 66-64 to await the winner of this game as Kansas and Oklahoma State follow. Then later on tonight, the nighttime doubleheader, Texas and Texas Tech, West Virginia and Baylor. It's already been a lot of fun, and we expect a lot more. Still 3 more games to come here at the Sprint Center. Bob Wischusen with Fran Fraschilla. Holly Rowe will join us in just a moment. Vintage Big 12 all ready to start. We get an overtime game, and this one could be just as good.
Absolutely, and when Kansas fans remember Devontae Graham, it's not going to be that right now he's the 15th all-time leading scorer. It's what he did as a senior for Bill Self, and he became Bill Self's alter ego on the court and is in the midst of an unbelievable season culminated by Big 12 Player of the Year. Remember a year ago, Frank Mason had a mate in the backcourt in Devontae Graham. This year, Devontae Graham has had to shoulder the load. In fact, in the last 14 games, he's played 40 minutes 12 times.
And he'll have to shoulder the load even more today, Holly Rowe, because this KU team is shorthanded.
That's right. They will be without their big 7-footer, Udoka Azubuike, who sprained his knee, a grade 1 MCL sprain in practice this week. He is out for the Big 12 tournament, likely to return next week for the NCAA tournament. So in his place, Mitch Lightfoot, who is averaging just 3 points, 2 rebounds a game in 13 minutes of action, will get his 3rd start of the season. season. That puts a lot of pressure on an already thin bench and small lineup. Devontae Graham said to me yesterday that means the guards will have to rebound much better. They were without their big eraser behind them in Udoka Azubuike.
And twice this season, Oklahoma State, with Azubuike in the lineup, have beaten KU.
Absolutely, and the games have not really been close, Bob. Kansas got back in the game at Allen Fieldhouse. That wasn't close. Saturday, it was a mismatch in Stillwater. Kansas has never lost 3 times to a team in conference play since 1982-83. That was an Oklahoma State team who was led by a point guard by the name of Bill Self.
How radically does KU change just game plan wise with no Azubuike in the middle?
Not that much. Remember, they definitely use Azubuike inside. But the last 3 years, this Kansas team has revolved around 3-point shooting, spreading the floor, and driving it.
Kansas is the #1 seed for the 10th consecutive year and the 15th time in the 22-year history of the Big 12 championship. But they could very easily lose to the 8th seed. And that tells you all you need to know about this season of the Big 12.
Without question.
Lindy Waters picks up his dribble 5 to shoot. Solomon with a shot fake instead. A line drive 3 goes down. Good start for Jeffrey Carroll.
Yeah, you have to think the Cowboys are extremely confident based on the first 2 games.
Graham finds Lightfoot.
Mitch Lightfoot is going to be a screener today, and every time he will roll to the rim.
Mike Boynton's confused by that last whistle, but he has done a really good job in a job that he never expected to have this early in his career.
He reminds me of an NBA lottery pick, a one-and-done guy. Mike Holder and the administration at OSU took a chance on him. He's got a lot of potential, if you will, and so far he's realizing that potential for the Cowboys.
Devontae Graham has it knocked away and taken away by Mitchell Solomon. Baseball pass caught by McGriff, who's been red hot at the end of the season. And a 2-for-2 start for Jeffrey Carroll.
Jeffrey Carroll got off to a slow start this year. He was suspended 3 games, but we're seeing the form back to where he was as a junior, a first-team All-League player.
Mikhailuk can't answer. Kendall Smith. That won't go. Graham goes down but maintains his focus, holds on to that rebound and gets it to LaGerald Vick. Player of the year in the Big 12, Devontae Graham. What a season he has had. Mikhailuk steps back. That's short.
This is an Oklahoma State team that will utilize Mitch Solomon to set screens and catch the ball at the elbow.
2 for 3 now from 3 for Jeffrey Carroll. Malik Newman slips inside and scores.
Nicely done, and that's important because Devontae Graham today cannot be the only Kansas guard driving into the paint. Their offense in the lane has to come from their guard play and their attack off the dribble. I remember Malik Newman, a transfer from Mississippi State. He was voted Big 12 Newcomer of the Year, known as a jump shooter, but he's added this to his game, which today is crucial without the ability to throw it inside to Azubuike. That young man was a top 15 player, signed at Mississippi State. It did not go well, and Bill Self rehabilitated him.
5 to shoot. Solomon. Long rebound to Lightfoot. How about Lightfoot? He only averaged 14 minutes a game during the regular season as Newman tries a wing jumper and knocks down a three. Would you be worried, if you're Bill Self at all, about gas in the tank for a player just not used to playing the kind of minutes he'll have to play today?
Well, yes, you would, and that's why you're going to see Silvio De Sousa in the lineup, the young man that joined this team at the in early January, a former top 25 high school player who graduated early.
That won't go for Kendall Smith, but hanging from the rim on the follow is Cameron McGriff.
This kid McGriff, Bob, will be one of the best players in the Big 12 next year. The last 10 or so games, he has been at an all-conference level.
Newman turns the corner. Yes. Malik Newman off to a terrific start. Gets the steal. And a chance for three.
How about Malik Newman? Cast aside down in Starkville. He found a home in Lawrence. He's got a Hall of Fame coach, and he's playing like a Hall of Famer to start this game.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball, and Degree Advanced Protection, the official deodorant of March Madness.
The end of the practice is when we do all of our intensity drills. She was going at it.
Stop. Right there. There we go.
If we win this, is the one way to get to the playoffs.
I know.
Junior! What's up, what's up, what's up? Do I know you? Dewey Ryder. I'm the new you. I'm the new model. I'm the upgrade. Oh, nobody told you? No. Oh, this is awkward. You know, I'm gonna be driving race cars around super fast in circles, riding wild Mountain Dew all the time. I'll take this, thank you. You just go on. Just go ahead and clear frame.
Exit frame, Dale.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way.
This is weird.
I'm all the way up.
A juicy, flavorful cheeseburger that's under 350 calories? Feels like we're getting away with something.
I know, right?
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Taking these burgers, crossing the border, and changing our names?
No. Ordering shakes.
Oh.
And changing our names. I'm gonna be Marianne. I'm gonna be Dottie. I'll be Shane.
For a limited time, get a flavor-packed cheeseburger with none of the guilt. New Sonic Signature Slingers, starting at just $1.99. This is how you Sonic.
T-Mobile keeps your family connected with new iPhones, which is great, unless your parents thought you were studying.
Somebody's busted.
Join T-Mobile, buy an iPhone 8, get an iPhone 8 on us. And now, bring your family to T-Mobile and get a 4th line free.
While our most exhilarating models can be simulated, nothing compares to the real thing. Experience the Command Performance Sales Event for yourself, now through April 2nd. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Nobody drinks till this guy sweats.
Degree Advanced Protection works up to 100 degrees, but be careful, it won't let you down.
Not bad numbers put up by Bill Self and KU. 46 appearances in the NCAA tournament. 3 national championships, of course, in Kansas history. They have won this championship 10 times as well. A couple of years ago, were able to win it, but they want to play well this year. They still have a bitter taste in their mouth, being upset to open last year's Big 12 championship, the upset to TCU.
I think so, and if you know Bill Self, he absolutely wants to win this tournament. But if they don't, they've got the 14 straight, and that's really what mattered, Bob. And why does it matter? Because every player who puts on this uniform does not want to be the team that ends the streak. And this team played with a lot of pride this season, even though they were shorthanded.
Tavares shine on for the first time for Oklahoma State as Lindy Waters already has 2 fouls, so he has to go to the bench. Solomon gets deep post position against De Sousa, who makes his first appearance, and Solomon uses the window over Silvio De Sousa. De Sousa will post up. He'll go at Solomon. Bank shot won't go.
Silvio De Sousa, that's the guy we talked about, Bob, getting an early opportunity. And Mitch Solomon backs him down. This is a big, strong kid, De Sousa, but very little experience. He was a top 25 recruit for next year. But because of Bill Self's lack of depth, they encouraged him to enroll early. He joined the team in January, and he played 13 minutes on Saturday, his longest stint of the year. And he's going to have to play quality minutes tonight, hopefully, for Kansas.
Well, he's right back on the bench with a foul, and right back through the hoop goes the shot from Jeffrey Carroll, who's off to a great start.
And there you see Udoka Azubuike, only a sophomore, but experienced enough that he's coaching De Sousa while the game is going on. Bob, think about De Sousa and what he's doing, right? Imagine a treadmill that's going about 6.5, 7 miles an hour, and then we ask you to jump on the treadmill in full stride. Not an easy thing to do for anybody, and that's the analogy you have when he joins the team. Think about this, in the middle of Big 12 play. I know you can't imagine being on any treadmill.
Certainly not one moving. Little pocket pass attempted by Smith. Bounces right back to him. Shot clock winding down. Solomon forces it. The long rebound to Carroll. A fresh 30 for the Pokes. Randall Smith has been in double figures 10 of his last 12. And Carroll looking to get in double figures already. Offensive rebound again. McGriff. Yes.
Oh, yeah. He's feeling it because remember in that game at Allen Fieldhouse, he had 20 and 9, Bob. And his numbers down the stretch have been electric.
In and out for Devontae Graham. Smith for 3. That goes down. Timeout called by Bill Self. Oklahoma State's got the lead back. And we're back in 30 seconds.
At Hooters, you can watch the tournament with your buddies. All your buddies. Like the ones with ice-cold beer. And one-of-a-kind wings that are nothing but net. Buddies you won't have to fight for the remote. Buddies who know a thing or two about basketball. And the fans who live for it. Hooters, your official hangout for game day. Come watch all the games and try our new smoked wings. Marinated overnight, smoked low and slow. They're smoky, tasty, and smoky.
Well, graduate transfer Kendall Smith is going to tell his grandkids how much he loves playing against Kansas, Bob, because in the first 2 games, this transfer from Cal Northridge, remember the replacement for Jawan Evans, he's averaging 24.5 points a game against Bill Self's team. So his eyes light up when he sees that Jayhawk opponent.
How about the opportunity he has just playing with this Oklahoma State team?
Yeah, absolutely. He had a chance to go anywhere he wanted, but he was convinced to go to Oklahoma State because he had an opportunity to replace Jawan Evans, who's now with the LA Clippers.
Marcus Garrett looking for Lightfoot. That pass floats out of bounds.
Well, I talked with Devontae Graham from Kansas yesterday. Which team out of Oklahoma or Oklahoma State would he prefer to see in this game today? He said, Oklahoma State, we absolutely need to redeem ourselves. We're embarrassed that we lost to them twice this season. And I asked, what did he have to do for him? He said, we all have to be tougher. We were not tough in those games. They'd go on runs or get up, and we would just cave in. So look for more toughness from Devontae Graham. He's struggling. He hasn't got on the scoreboard yet. We'll see if he can do it here.
Young Kubasima is able to hit the jump hook, and now an offensive foul called That's going to be against Lightfoot. That's his first.
Well, if you set that ball screen, you're not allowed to roll into the moving defender. That's going to bring De Souza back. But to Holly's point, Bob, and I was in Stillwater Saturday, they were definitely the tougher team. And you don't say that very often about Bill Self's opponents.
Sema across the lane. Soft touch. He only averages 3.6 points per game. He's got 4 already. Gerald Vick steps back. That's short. Great start for Oklahoma State. From the corner, it's Carroll. He's got another triple and turns and has something to say to the Jayhawks sideline after he knocked it down. Oklahoma State looking for their 3rd consecutive win this season against Kansas. Would that put them in the NCAA tournament? We'll tell you when we come back.
With the press of a button, you can order 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each with the new Pie Tops. And when your pizza arrives, you can even pause the game with the new Pie Tops.
Who called the timeout?
Get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas just $5.99 each because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
After 170 years, we know you don't just have a baby. You have your first baby. Well, sometimes a couple more than you thought. Yeah, your life doesn't fit into any one plan. So whether it's the having your first and a second marriage plan, or the let's have one more.
2?
Make that 2 more plan.
Sweetie?
Let us help with your plan.
We can do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Start a plan that flexes with yours. New York Life.
Got my license. I'm going on my first Target run. Need anything?
Laundry detergent.
Toothpaste.
I'll get my purse.
Okay, Nana.
Get low prices today and every day. Target run and done.
I will be king. And you
Drink some?
will be
No, thanks. I'm still driving.
We'll drive them away. We can be heroes.
At the Lexus Command Performance Sales Event, experience our most elevated models, including the RX, NX, and exceptionally capable GX. But get here before they're gone. Because while confidence can be simulated, nothing compares to the real thing. Experience the Command Performance Sales Event for yourself, now through April 2nd. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Don't we need that cable box to watch TV? Nope. Don't we need a run?
Nope. It just explodes in a high-pitched...
Yeah.
Try DirecTV now for $10 a month for 3 months. No satellite needed.
Yep, prime time, yeah, the stars align to shine and grind and drop dimes and blow your mind. 2 teams out for glory and praise, but in the end, only one will hear their name raised.
Spurs, Thunder, Saturday at 8:30 on ABC, presented by YouTube TV.
Bob Shoes and Fran Fraschilla, Holly Rowe back in Kansas City, where we're wondering if Oklahoma State can continue to pile up the quality wins. Fran, they've got plenty of them, and when you start to roll all of these scores, some of them on the road as well, start to realize they're building a legitimate NCAA tournament resume.
Without a question, the Achilles heel is the non-conference schedule, but they played some teams that were expected to be good and were not. They were 8-10 in the toughest league in the country. 4 out of the 5 Big 12 teams that have gone 8-10 since double round robin have gotten in. Bob, all the numbers, KPI, BPI, RPI, SHMEPI, you can add those all up. But if you watch this team play over the last couple weeks, it is an NCAA tournament team. I have tremendous respect for the basketball committee. They're watching this game right now. I'm just going to tell them as they're watching from Indianapolis, don't worry about the non-conference schedule, because they beat Florida State when Florida State was undefeated. And you know how crazy the analytics are? Because Florida State got beat the other day, they're no longer a quadrant 1 win for Oklahoma State. That's unfair. On the court, this is an NCAA team, and we've seen it. And I've seen it over the last 5 days.
McGriff at the elbow. Yes. Now, if Oklahoma State were to make it and form holds, would 9 out of 10 Big 12 teams make it to the NCAA tournament? That would be amazing.
I don't think they would. I think somebody's going to be bounced out from the league. Remember, it's not about how many from one league. It's who deserves to go on an individual basis.
Malik Newman with a nice drop.
And the Big 12 will have a case for 9, but that also means it's a Rubik's Cube around the country as to who gets knocked out, who doesn't. I think Oklahoma may be in a little bit of trouble based on the way they finished.
McGriff just a little too strong. Loose ball, fought for and won by Sema and Oklahoma State.
Well, that's the toughness we talked about.
Shine can't hit. Mikhailuk's got this one. Devontae Graham. Yes, his first basket.
Well, guys, Bill Self just told his team in that last timeout, look, I've already had to call 2 timeouts. I can't call anymore. At some point, you just have to go and play. He particularly called them out on their toughness on the offensive glass. Until that timeout, they had 0 offensive rebounds. And more importantly, he made a switch defensively. Svi Mikhailuk had given up 3 threes to Jeffrey Carroll, so he's put Marcus Garrett on Carroll.
Newman can't hit that 3.
And they've also gone to the 2-3 zone for the first time. Look at that, Averett.
Cruises to the goal. Yeah. No one from Kansas steps in.
Not only are they playing well, Bob, they have depth. They have guys like Averett that have been starters in the past.
Devontae Graham draws a foul.
Now, Kansas had been in a zone, and they did not do a good job in transition, and they're not even set up. And watch Brandon Averett, the sophomore, get all the way to the rim. And here's an example of not having a rim protector with the 4 guards and the Sosa right there.
Well, the one thing we've seen from Lightfoot, even when he's gone into play for Azubuike, he can protect the rim. He can block a shot. That's probably the strongest part of his game that we've seen this season. He's got, in about half the playing time of Azubuike, the same number of blocked shots.
You know what he does? He blocks a shot every 9 minutes. That's pretty good. If he played 40 minutes, right? That's 4 blocks a game. That's pretty good for anybody.
One of 2 at the line for Graham.
You see, back in that 2-3, this is the most zone Bill Self in this season has played in 15 years.
Kendall Smith back in for Oklahoma State. Jeffrey Carroll sits down for the first time. Eight to shoot. Averett for 3. Long rebound to Graham. Garrett goes at Sema. Too strong. The follow there for Lightfoot.
Now, it's not like they found Lightfoot off the street hanging out in Kansas City. He was a top 75 recruit. Arizona and Stanford both wanted him out of Gilbert, Arizona. He can play.
Graham with the steal. Lobs it. Mikhailuk finishes. Timeout, Oklahoma State.
Graham and Svi Mikhailuk, they've been knocking it down from 3 all season, but right now they said, let's take the easy one, the highlight play. And they need a highlight to get back in this game, and they are.
guys.
Hey, what time's your flight?
I've got an hour until I'm supposed to board.
All right, we have things to do. Is there any cancellations? I thought she was your best friend.
Yeah, she was. So they attached a dog's head on the man's body.
Where's your backpack? Mom. You know what? I think I'm gonna sew your backpack to your back. What do you think?
Get a great deal more than a great deal. At the Hyundai Season of More event, get up to $3,750 in total savings or 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,750 cash back. Sale ends soon.
Mexican spices? Nacho cheese sauce? They don't want these coming out.
Who's they?
The burger people, they.
Nacho fries, now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
Champ Week. You know what you're gonna get. Champ Week continues this weekend on ESPN.
In my experience, there are only two things guaranteed to grow. The cash value of your New York Life policy, a policy that keeps your family protected, and my famous Crane souffle, which literally never stops growing. Be good at life. New York Life.
3 cities, 2 college hoops experts, the ultimate tournament road trip in pursuit of a never-been-done-before challenge. Land Rover, above and beyond.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship.
The Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, Sunday at 12:30 Eastern on
There it goes. Yeah, chipped it, split it. I hope somebody found it. Yeah, I hope so too.
Welcome to the party.
That happening last night to Kerwin Roach of Texas. They'll play later on tonight. Already made a trip to the dentist. He made like a hockey player, though, last night. Came right back in the second half, had the mouthpiece in, and earned a trip to the quarterfinals against Texas Tech. That's the first of the doubleheader later on tonight here in Kansas City. Tech against Texas, West Virginia, Baylor, the nightcap to determine the semifinal games tomorrow, Holly.
Well, and all I want for March is my 2 front teeth. I think that's what Kerwin Roach has been singing. But really cool that the Big 12 actually has a fantastic medical staff here at the Big 12 tournament. They've been working here for many years. The Chiefs team dentist was on site. Dr. Bush was able to quickly get that tooth reattached. Kerwin's never looked so great.
It's quick action, right? We thought he was going to have to do it this morning.
And he didn't miss a shift. Oklahoma State, of course, playing last night in the 8-9 game against OU. They found a way to win. We've already seen Thomas DeZagua come in the game, so they can legitimately go 10 deep. But how worried would you be as this game wears on about the legs of your Cowboys, if you're Mike Boynton?
Not that much because of the depth, and also I've always felt, Bob, that you have what you give up in a little bit of fatigue. You gain in confidence and also familiarity with the venue. Now, KU plays games here during the season, but for Oklahoma State to get into a rhythm in the tournament and win, I oftentimes think the underdog has that advantage, the lower seed. Good help defense by Jeffrey Carroll.
Newman for 3. Rattles it home, and we're tied. 15 already for Malik Newman.
And one thing that's different than the first 2 matchups is Kansas handling the pressure a lot better.
Luke with a good wall off. Here comes Devontae Graham. Malik Newman, red hot. Stays that way. Solomon looking for a back cutter. It's off Smith, out of bounds. Good hands by the player of the year in the league, Devontae Graham.
Bill Self's going to be very happy with Malik Newman, Bob, because coming into this tournament, he said they needed more consistency from him. Last couple games, he's been silent, 9-7, only 2 of 7 behind the arc. That's changed.
Malik Newman has only gone over 20 points in a game 4 times this season. He's got 18 already in the first half, and we still have 5.5 to play.
He was a prolific scorer in high school, which is why he was a top 15 recruit. And he's a winner. He won 4 straight high school championships at Callaway in Jackson, Mississippi. This is a new home for him.
Graham, NBA range. Short.
Well, you're talking about Malik Newman, and, you know, Bill Self has done a masterful job with this team this year, pushing the right buttons when. Earlier in the season, he sat Malik Newman down, didn't start him in the starting lineup, and I asked Malik about that, and he said, you know, it helped me. I thought I was doing well, but Coach would pull me aside, show me film, teach me that I wasn't working as hard as I needed to do, and I wasn't being aggressive. So he acknowledges that the buttons that Bill Self pushed got him going, and he has been much better since. Coach did a similar thing with LeGerald Vick, and that worked well as well.
Doesn't Bill Self have a very good coaching staff as a whole? Not only he as a button pusher, he's got a bunch of button pushers on that bench.
There's no question. You look over at Jerrance Howard and Norm Roberts, who was the former coach at St. John's. Kurt Townsend have been around forever, and they've been together now a long time, and the continuity. And you know why it's important, Bob? Because sometimes it's not just Bill Self pushing the buttons. Like you said, it's other voices in these kids' heads. Oftentimes, the assistant coaches are the first connection to Kansas and Bill Self because they recruited these guys.
Malik Newman called for his first. Here's a lob off the inbound. McGriff can't hit. DeSosa the rebound. Mitch Lightfoot back on the bench, by the way. He now has 2 fouls. Luke will drive it, looking for DeSosa. It'll stay with KU.
The one guy that has to get going, Holly mentioned him, LeGerald Vick. Even that pass to the corner, that's a shot he would have taken quickly earlier in the year. Little zone now by OSU out of the inbounds.
Graham lobs it, and DeSosa on the other end of the alley-oop. Shine off the mark. Vick's got the rebound. Numbers for Kansas. It's a 5-on-4. Luke spots up. DeSosa, offensive rebound, and a shot fake draws the foul.
Well, this is usually reserved for Udoka Azubuike, the lob, but that time the big freshman from Angola went up and got it. And oftentimes you think Devontae Graham's thinking about driving, shooting the floater, but really in his mind, it's the lob on the backside where the help rotates over.
Well, because Lightfoot has 2 fouls, DeSosa getting some action now, we might just see the tight end from the Kansas football team, James Sosinski. He's played just 3 minutes this year. He went to UMass to play quarterback out of high school, then played on their basketball team. Then he left there, went to junior college in Arizona, played basketball, and then came to Kansas to play football. So 3 schools, 3 sports, and we might see him today in the Big 12 tournament for James Sosinski.
And they might need him.
Absolutely, even just to be a body for a couple minutes. I think you'll see 5 guards before that, but anything's possible with the short lineup.
Smith able to connect.
Oh, that's
and then the giveaway by Kansas.
Yep, unforced.
Late in the first half, Kansas trailed at 1 point by 10. They've come back to take a 3-point lead.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal, Investments, Retirement, Insurance, and Mountain Dew Ice.
I'm just worried about the house and taking care of the boys. Zach, talk to me.
It's for the house. I got a job.
It's okay. Dad took care of us.
Principal, we can help you plan for that.
Junior! What's up, what's up, what's up? Do I know you? Dewey Ryder. I'm the new you. I'm the new model. I'm the upgrade. Oh, nobody told you?
No.
Oh, this is awkward. You know, I'm gonna be driving race cars around super fast in circles, riding wild Mountain Dew all the time. I'll take this, thank you. You just go on. Just go ahead and clear frame.
Exit frame, Dale.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
This is weird.
I'm all the way up.
Chicken fingers. Clyde to glide.
Yes.
Low cut socks.
No way.
Papua New Guinea?
That's amazing. I need an agent like that.
I got you, Glide. You worked hard for those. Give them the protection they deserve.
Come on. Napoleon Bonaparte at the Battle of Waterloo. That's got it.
Battle of Waterloo? Those guys are good.
Five Slammer Jammer.
No way.
Easy. That was it. That last one was so easy. So easy.
With the press of a button, you can order 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each with the new Pie Tops. And when your pizza arrives, you can even pause the game with the new Pie Tops.
Who called the timeout?
Get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas just $5.99 each because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
T-Mobile keeps your family connected with new iPhones, which is great, unless your parents thought you were studying.
Somebody's busted.
Join T-Mobile, buy an iPhone 8, get an iPhone 8 on us. And now, bring your family to T-Mobile and get a 4th line free.
While our most visionary models can be simulated, nothing compares to the real thing. Experience the Command Performance Sales Event for yourself, now through April 2nd. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
You spray. You awkward. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray. Chris Cotter in studio. Audi halftime report coming your way in a little bit. Tom Crean's Allen Cup will join me. Alabama on the bubble. They got a win earlier today. Does that mean they're in? Plus Michael Porter Jr. playing today for Mizzou right now in the SEC tournament. All these highlights and a lot more. Audi halftime coming your way in a bit, guys.
Jeffrey Carroll in close. Bob Wischusen alongside Fran Fraschilla and Holly Rowe here in Kansas City. And speaking of a true play-in game, we've got one for Oklahoma State right now. And Mike Boynton.
Done a great job here, Bob. It's hard to hire a guy in the Big 12 with no head coaching experience, but let's look at his background. He played for both Eddie Folger and Dave Odom at South Carolina. He's also been mentored by guys like Buzz Peterson at Coastal Carolina. You remember Mike Young this year in Wofford knocking off North Carolina? And then Frank Martin brought him back to his staff at South Carolina, where he got to know John Underwood. He has terrific coaching mentors, and he's been an amalgamation of all those guys this year.
Sema, deep post position on DeSouza. And he has a chance for a three-point play.
Well, I really liked something that Mike Boynton did yesterday. After they won that game against Oklahoma, in the post-game press conference, he kind of clapped back at our own Joe Lunardi a little bit, like how people have talked about, well, they weren't expected to be good early in the year. Well, they are good now, and he really wanted to let people know, look at our body of work. Don't assume on what you thought we would be at the beginning of the season. Look at us now. What have we done for you lately? They're 4-1 in their last 5 games. They've got big wins over Kansas, who is considered a #1 seed in the tournament right now. So I love it, even though we love Joey Buckets. I love that Mike Boynton had some courage in his first year as a head coach to stand up for his guys.
And the way I look at it, Bob, if I was on the committee, it would go like this. Eyes, ears, numbers. What do my eyes tell me? What am I hearing from the people I trust about this team? And then what do the numbers say? And to me right now, the numbers are good, but my eye test tells me this is a team that should be in the tournament, and they're right there, according to our own Joe Lenardi.
And Joe Lenardi has them in a 68-team field, the 69th team. As that three is rolled home by Kendall Smith, that puts the Cowboys back on top. And Joe Lenardi says they win this game, they're in.
Yeah.
So it's as much a playoff game as you can get.
Right. And I'll agree that I love Joey brackets also. I'll take him for a slice of pizza in Philly, but I think this team is going to get in based on what we're seeing.
Garrett with the left hand. DeSouza follows.
That's the maturation process of being out there on the court in a big spot. This could be the silver lining for Kansas going into the NCAA tournament. That young man's development.
Malik Newman has 20 in the first half.
And I'll tell you what I love about that. Graham gave him the ball and just said, go to work.
Sema spins baseline, high off the window. DeSouza ends up with the loose ball. Devontae Graham right at Sema, and he'll go to the line.
Well, this is a good sign without Azubuike. Watch DeSouza head to the rim, and this is where he's going to use that size and athleticism, Bob. All he's got to do is set screens, run to the rim, catch lobs, and rebound. It's pretty much what Azubuike does.
As you said, grew up in Angola, went to high school in Florida at the IMG Academy. The first time he got off the plane in Kansas was the first time he put on a winter coat. They had to give him one because he showed up in December. And now you see the depth tested with 1:25 to go. Holly called it. Here comes the tight end, James Sosinski, getting some very important playing time. DeSouza's got 2 fouls. And Lightfoot also has 2 fouls.
Exactly, and you say to yourself, why is he playing him? And that's exactly right. With 1:25, Bill Self rolling the dice that he can keep both of those big guys on the bench, not have to play them, and they'll only have 2 fouls.
Sosinski played 6 minutes total in the regular season. Now he's out there against the St. John's transfer, Sema, who catches it high post.
Remember who he's guarded every day in practice the last 2 months. Udoka Azubuike. Doesn't want to foul.
But does foul on the floor. Crowd wanted to travel, but the call against Sosinski before the walk. It's a 1-and-1.
Yep, let's watch now. Watch, Sema knows he reaches in first before he travels. It's a good call. But remember, this ball is likely to come off because Sema is not a good foul shooter, under 40%.
1 for 1 today. It looks pretty good today.
Yes, he does.
Eight points is already a season high for Yankubasina.
Oh, that's big.
There is your new season high for Sema. Yep. 9 points in the first half.
Now, Bill Self usually goes 2 for 1 right here. Get a shot up with about 40, you'll get a second possession back if everything holds true to form.
Mikhailuk. Sosinski tries to keep it alive. Sema around Sosinski again, and he's in double figures.
Tell you what, that sweeping hook reminds me of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I know what you meant. 10 to go in the half. it for three. Off the mark, Mikhailuk, an offensive rebound. And Kansas has the lead by a point at halftime. KU shoots 55% from the field in the first half, and yet they still only lead by one against a team that's beaten them twice already this year, Holly.
Well, Coach, you knew that Udoka Azubuike would be out, so how have you deployed Sema differently? He's got a season high already.
Well, we just try to make a conscious effort to attack them on the inside. We know without him, they don't have as much shot blocking presence, so we want to try to take advantage of that as much as possible.
Jeffrey Carroll got off to a hot start, but he's been quiet since. How do you get him more involved?
Well, we have to move the ball better. We started settling a little bit too much in transition instead of working the ball a little bit and getting great looks, which we were doing the first part of the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
The first game of the day went to overtime. The second game of the day, only a 1-point lead for Kansas at halftime. Already a lot of excitement in the Phillips 66 Big 12 championship, 43-42. Kansas over the Cowboys at the break. Time for the law firm, Cotter, Crean, and Cuff. Chris Cotter.
Thank you, Bob. Audi halftime report. Dallin Cuff and Tom Crean are here with me in studio. And you heard Coach talk about it going to break right there, working on the inside, and they worked that to perfection. Sort of a battle of wits there between those two coaches right before the half.
Yeah, tremendous job by Michael Boynton to attack the walk-on football player. And I'm all for football players being on the team, but they usually lead the team in fouls per minute. All right, and he definitely got his when in the first one.
Clearly, that's what he was there for. I mean, you knew it was happening. You knew it was coming.
Yeah, it was coming.
Sema can't
right?
shoot free throws, and he hits
Bill Self was hoping it wasn't coming, but it was coming. But you know what? They've got to do some different things right now. I agree it was a great time to put him in the game, and Silvio De Sousa has come out and been active and got on the glass and built some confidence up. And Malik Newman, you could start to see the turn in Malik Newman in January. And where he has come in that time period, and I know he had a couple of lulls in February, but he has gotten so much better because he figured out how to play without the basketball. He'd always had the ball in his hands basically all his high school and early time at Mississippi State. Now he moves without it, makes him so much better with it when he gets it back.
8 of 10 from the floor in this first half.
Oklahoma State's got to do better in transition defense. Right now, Kansas is blowing the ball up the court, getting wide open threes and good looks, and Oklahoma State is equal to them on the offensive board.
We got a good game, though, just 1-point game at the half. Other games going on right now. Let's go to the SEC Network. Georgia and Mizzou, second-round action. Michael Porter Jr. played 2 minutes this year before coming into this game, had the injured back, finally healthy. Here he is, Coach, running. Looks pretty good.
Porter to Porter, the pass from Jonte with the right hand. Great play. Michael has not been shy, getting up 8 shots already in this game.
This one blocked by Nicholas Claxton, and then he comes off a screen. A little rusty here, Dallin, coming off the screen.
You could see this one, actually. This is the difference between high school and college. You're coming off, you got to be quick with it. You got to have your legs into it, elevate straight up and down, way short. This is a different atmosphere for him right now. Tough.
And Georgia, as you mentioned before, senior-laden team, they've got the lead over Mizzou. Let's talk about Alabama and Texas A&M. Colin Sexton, an unbelievable teardrop under 20 seconds left to go, giving Alabama the lead, but that's TJ Starks.
Starks has been huge for them as of late. Freshman knocks down the three. They go under the screen. He thinks he's won them the game. Sorry, buddy.
Coach Colin Sexton.
Oh, man. Downhill. Look where he took that first dribble. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. I mean, just an unbelievable shot. Unbelievable. George Gervin-esque. All right, put on the gray sweatsuit, George. Go back to the Spurs. That is the second coming of the finger roll.
What did that shot do to Alabama's hopes? Well, according to Joe Lenardi, it did a lot because they moved from first four out to last four in right now. But you see Oklahoma State still alive. Notre Dame still alive. A lot of things can happen here on this list. But as of right now, Alabama doing pretty darn good. And looking forward to taking on Auburn tomorrow. More highlights, including a couple of 1 seeds, Xavier and Virginia. Could they keep it rolling? We'll show you this next.
You're a brave man, Mr. Stevens. Your testimony will save lives. Mr. Stevens, this is your new name. This is your new house and a perfectly inconspicuous SUV. You must become invisible.
I'll take my chances.
With the press of a button, you can order 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each with the new Pie Tops. And when your pizza arrives, you can even pause the game with the new Pie Tops.
Who called
timeout.
Get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas just $5.99 each because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Don't we need that cable box to watch TV? Nope. Don't we need a run?
Nope. It just explodes in a high-pitched...
Yeah.
Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. No satellite needed.
Yep, prime time, yeah, the stars align to shine and grind and drop dimes and blow your mind. 2 teams out for glory and praise, but in the end, only one will hear their name raised.
Spurs, Thunder, Saturday at 8:30 on ABC, presented by YouTube TV.
In my experience, there are only 2 things guaranteed to grow. The cash value of your New York Life policy, a policy that keeps your family protected, and my famous Crane souffle, which literally never stopped growing. Be good at life. New York Life.
Yep, prime time, yeah, the stars align to shine and grind and drop dimes and blow your mind. 2 teams out for glory and praise, but in the end, only one will hear their name raised.
Spurs, Thunder, Saturday at 8:30 on ABC, presented by YouTube TV.
ESPN Tournament Challenge. Sign up at ESPN.com/bracket. A newly designed Indy car hits the streets of St. Pete.
Green flag, green flag.
The countdown to the Indy 500 begins here. The Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, Sunday at 12:30 Eastern on ABC.
Champ Week continues this weekend on ESPN.
Our soccer. Atlanta United versus DC United, Sunday.
Oh dear, finish your bracket quickly. We can't be late to the dance.
Bippity boppity boo.
Everybody here is out of sight. They don't bark, they don't bite, they keep things.
Don't forget to invite at least one Cinderella to the dance.
Everybody will dance.
Cinderella always makes an appearance.
Dallin and Tom rode the pumpkin back to the hotel during the snowstorm last night.
No, I drove the pumpkin.
Louisville and Virginia in the ACC. The Ville, they got to win. Jordan Wara with the dunk, down just 4, but Dallin, anytime you get Virginia into the 70s and Devin Hall and Kyle Guy going offensively, it's going to be tough.
42 points in the paint. That was a straight line drive to the basket. Virginia shot almost 60% in the second half. Can't win that way.
Here you go, Guy finishing it off. So Virginia advances. Louisville gave them a game. Louisville now awaits their fate. Was the win over Florida State enough to get them in? St. John's Xavier in the Big East. Second half, the Johnnies coach gave them all they could handle, but just too much. Trayvon blew it.
Too quick of a release. He's too good off his screens. And if your hands are anywhere other than up in his face, it is going in.
Kaiser Gates with a 3 and then blew it here. Look how he just gets an inch.
Watch the separation right here. Watch him separate. Quick, hand down, man down.
That's it.
Thank you, Mark Jackson.
Gets the W and moves on. Creighton taking on Providence in the Big East. This is a good one here. Marcus Foster. Well, you give me a little bit of room on that baseline. I'm going to take it to the hole.
Great use of his body. Puts that shoulder right into him, the strength to finish, and the finesse around the rim.
Alpha Diallo. Name that Diallo. Alpha sticks with it. Gets his own rebound, puts it back, tied at 44. Isaiah Jackson.
Can't leave the ball.
Giving him a wide open shot. Providence right now. Friars with a 1-point lead.
This halftime report is presented by Audi.
You're a brave man, Mr. Stevens. Your testimony will save lives. Mr. Stevens, this is your new name. This is your new house and a perfectly inconspicuous SUV. You must become invisible.
I'll take my chances.
drink, sir? No, thanks. I'm still driving.
I have to tell you something incredible. Capital One has partnered with Hotels.com to give venture cardholders 10 miles on every dollar they spend at thousands of hotels. All you have to do is pay with this at Hotels.com/venture.
10 miles per dollar? That is incredible. I have the chills.
Because you're so excited.
Because ice is cold. And because of all those miles.
Obviously. What's in your wallet?
I'm not sure. What's in your wallet?
A juicy, flavorful cheeseburger that's under 350 calories? Feels like we're getting away with something.
I know, right?
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Taking these burgers, crossing the border, and changing our names?
No, ordering shakes.
Oh.
And changing our names. I'm gonna be Marianne. I'm gonna be Dottie. I'll be Shane.
For a limited time, get a flavor-packed cheeseburger with none of the guilt. New Sonic Signature Slingers, starting at just $1.99. This is how you Sonic.
Mike and I are both veterans, both served in the Navy. I do outrank my husband, not just being in the military, but at home.
She thinks she's the boss. She only had me by 1 grade. We bought our first home together in 2010.
His family had used another insurance product, but I was like, I've had USAA for a while. Why don't we call and check the rates?
It was instant savings, and I should have changed a long time ago.
There's no point in looking elsewhere, really. We're the Tennies, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Get up for the love of sports, starting April 2nd and every weekday, ESPN 7 a.m. Get up, get sports, get going. This halftime report is presented by Audi.
Malik Newman has been dominant, and Kansas has needed all of his 20 points here in the first half. They lead Oklahoma State by 1 at the break, second half. From KC coming up, this has been the Audi halftime report.
The end of the practice is when we do all of our intensity drills. She was going at it.
Stop. Right there. There we go.
If we win this, is the one way to get to the playoffs.
I know.
Bring home the taste sensation, Taco Bell's Nacho Fries. Now with delicious bonus content. The Nacho Fries $5 box set. Now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza bakes fresh in its own pan and travels straight to your table.
Unlike delivery that goes from oven to box to bag to car to traffic to wrong houses. DiGiorno delivers a crispy caramelized crust straight from your oven. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
You spray. You're stuck. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
They don't want these coming out. Mexican spices, nacho cheese sauce.
Critics and fans agree, Nacho Fries are a masterpiece. It'll change the way you look at fries, craves The Hollywood Reporter. Nacho Fries, now serving at a Taco Bell near you. In the Big 12 Conference, we built champions. Champions on the field. Champions in competition. Champions in the classroom. Champions in the community. The Big 12 Conference, home to the champions for life.
In my experience, there are only 2 things guaranteed to grow. The cash value of your New York Life policy, a policy that keeps your family protected, and my famous crane souffle, which literally never stops growing. Be good at life. New York Life.
Yep, prime time, yeah, the stars align to shine and grind and drop dimes and blow your mind. 2 teams out for glory and praise, but in the end, only one will hear their name raised.
Spurs, Thunder, Saturday at 8:30 on ABC, presented by YouTube TV.
ESPN Tournament Challenge. Sign up at ESPN.com/bracket.
A newly designed Indy car hits the streets of St. Pete.
Green flag.
The countdown to the Indy 500 begins here. The Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, Sunday at 12:30 Eastern on ABC.
Champ Week continues this weekend on ESPN. Our soccer. Atlanta United versus DC United, Sunday.
Principle.
I actually want to face them again, you know, just because they beat us twice, and you know, just me being a competitor, I hate losing, and so I really do want to see them again.
Well, the player of the year in the league got his wish in the Phillips 66 Big 12 championship. It is a matchup between Kansas and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State took both of the regular season meetings against KU, but we've got just the game we expected. It's another close one in the Big 12. Why not? 1-point game at halftime. Bob Wischusen, Fran Fraschilla, Holly Rowe with us as well. No Udoka Azubuike for KU, so we knew they were going to lose some production. It had to be spread elsewhere. It looks like they spread it all to Malik Newman.
Exactly, and just what the doctor ordered, because Bill Self had talked to Malik Newman about being more consistent, and we saw a little bit of everything from Malik Newman. The drives to the rim, knocking down some threes. Couldn't have come at a better time. And Devontae Graham, 6 points, hasn't gotten it going yet, but he's been a good distributor to his backcourt mate, Malik Newman.
Let's get over to Holly.
Well, guys, I went to get some coaching adjustments, but I really liked what I heard more from Udoka Azubuike. He was out on the floor with Silvio De Sousa, telling him about how he's got to use his body better to slide guys out away from the basket because they're going over their left shoulder. It was ironically exactly what Bill Self told me. He said, we've got to do a better job guarding their bigs. They're going to the left shoulder, and we're not stopping them. So I just love it that Coach Self and Udoka, same page.
And the fact that Azubuike feels that comfortable, as you said, Fran, only a sophomore, to take that leadership role as Gerald Vick goes baseline with authority.
Now, we haven't seen that in a while, and if he gets going along with Newman, the way Svi and Devontae have played all year, that will really put a dent in Cowboys' defensive scheme.
That was his first basket. Solomon misses, tries again and scores.
And it's tricky for Mitch Lightfoot right now with 2 fouls. He's got to be a little bit of a conscientious objector inside. He can't really foul.
Devontae Graham. Lightfoot with the follow, but wave off the basket. A foul will be called that'll put Graham at the free throw line.
Now let's take a look at Lagerald Vick. In the last 18 games, he's only shooting 39% from the field. And Bob, early in the season, he was one of the most improved players in the Big 12 in the country, but not so much at the end of the season.
First 13 games of the season, Lagerald Vick went over 20 points 6 times. He has not gone over 20 points since, so that's 18 games since his last 20-point performance. Still good enough, though, for honorable mention all Big 12, as all 5 starters for Kansas hit the Big 12 honor roll somewhere. Again, it's Solomon, one-on-one with Lightfoot. In and out, the follow not there. As McGriff had another chance to put one back.
Oh, he usually does, too. He's going to regret that.
Graham comes up short. And it ends up with Solomon. Although we've got an injury down at the other end, and it's still going to be McGriff. They're going to have to check out. See if on the landing, did he come down funny?
Well, he didn't get up as high as he normally does, which is why he missed it. See, he lost the ball.
Came down and ended up banging into Devontae Graham. Cameron McGriff, the last 10 games coming into the Big 12 tournament, 11.5 points, over 6 rebounds per game, had 18 and 9 in the win over Oklahoma last night. So at the most important time of the year, he's one of their hottest players.
And let me tell you something, to add to that, 20 and 9 in Allen Fieldhouse when they went in there and knocked off the Jayhawks, where they led start to finish.
Yeah, they need him on the floor.
Yes. Next year, you know, he'll be a junior next year, Bob. The progress he's made, he will be one of the best players in the Big 12. Great energy guy whose offensive skill level is rapidly improving.
Right on the back of the head to the thigh of Graham. And so you wonder if he has to kind of be put through some type of concussion protocol here just to make sure he's okay. Smith. Yes.
Oh, does he love the Jayhawks? He loves playing against them. Kendall Smith has been just unstoppable in 2.5 games.
And in double figures now for the 11th time in the Cowboys' last 13.
Yeah, and 3rd time against Kansas already, Bob.
Vic from the corner. That's no good. Back tap by Mikhailuk. Spinning is Carroll. Cameron McGriff down at the end of the bench, seeing if his team could take the lead back. Shine for 3. Just a little bit short. Malik Newman to the corner to Mikhailuk. Yes!
That's his spot. What a season Mikhailuk's had. He and Graham have gone, they're almost at 200 made free throws. Excuse me, 3-point shots.
Solomon digs in deep and traveled as Lightfoot might have pulled the chair out a bit, backed up, and it seemed like Solomon shuffled his feet then.
Well, Mike Boynton's doing everything he can to try to pick up that 3rd foul on Mitch Lightfoot.
Lightfoot in deep. Tries again.
You can't
score it. The tip follow, though, is there for Vic.
Mitch Lightfoot just took 2 shots. He didn't even look at the rim. Just got him up on the rim enough for Vic to clean it up.
It's actually Kansas's largest lead, up to 6. Solomon faces up. Foul on Mikhailuk, pushing Lindy Waters in the back on the rebound. That's Fee's first.
Watch these 2 shots, Bob. He doesn't even look at the rim. But luckily, here comes Legero. Right spot, right time. And that's what Legero Vic's got to do. If he's not going to shoot the 3, he's got to be that guy that cleans up the garbage.
Carroll turns the corner, lays it in right around Lightfoot.
Oh, he can't do that. That's a foul.
That's the 3rd on Lightfoot. That's a concern for Bill Self.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal, Investments, Retirement, Insurance, and Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is Fit.
I just need some rest. I'm just worried about the house and taking care of the boys.
He's still asleep. Zach? Zach! Zach!
Talk to me. It's for the house. I got a job. It's okay. Dad took care of us.
Principal, we can help you plan for that.
Junior! What's up, what's up, what's up? Do I know you? Dewey Ryder. I'm the new you. I'm the new model. I'm the upgrade. Oh, nobody told you? No. Oh, this is awkward. You know, I'm gonna be driving race cars around super fast in circles, riding wild, Mountain Dew, all the time. I'll take this, thank you. You just go on. Just go ahead and clear frame.
Exit frame, Dale.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
This is weird.
I'm all the way up.
With the press of a button, you can order 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each with the new Pie Tops. And when your pizza arrives, you can even pause the game with the new Pie Tops.
Who called the timeout?
Get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas just $5.99 each because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Introducing the new Infiniti QX80. Infiniti, empower the drive.
T-Mobile keeps your family connected with new iPhones, which is great, unless your parents thought you were studying.
Somebody's busted.
Join T-Mobile, buy an iPhone 8, get an iPhone 8 on us. And now, bring your family to T-Mobile and get a 4th line free.
Fans of the Big 12 Basketball Championship pour into Kansas City. And we have a great time here at the Sprint Center, but if you want to make it a basketball festival, make the 4-hour drive down I-70 to the Scott Trade Center and check out the SEC Championship as well in St. Louis.
Yeah, big win for Alabama today. Colin Sexton, the outstanding guard, going coast to coast, scoring at the buzzer. Alabama now, are they in? Are they on the bubble? Michael Porter's played today, 5 points for Missouri. They're down 9 at the half.
That floater's off the mark from Smith. Mikhailu's got it. What if I would have told you, say, 2 months ago, that there was at least a chance that Colin Sexton and Trae Young were both going to miss the NCAA tournament, that their teams would be left out of the field? What would have had to have happened from there to now?
Well, unfortunately for Oklahoma, you know, going 4-14 down the stretch. And Alabama was a little bit more of a bubble team all year, up and down. But, you know, today's a big day for them. And they get to advance in that SEC tournament in St. Louis.
Tavares shines, banks it home.
Oklahoma's got so many quality wins, but most of them came early in the year. But the simple fact is the resume is the resume. On the other hand, the eye test tells you they have not played well lately.
Joe Lenardi still has them in the field, but they're all sweating it out. You know that. Newman from the corner. Yes, his first basket here in the second half after he rung the bell for 20 in the first half.
Well, the game is coming easy to him because Devontae Graham is putting it on a platter, but he's making them.
Shine through traffic to the corner. Smith tries a three. Short. Devontae Graham's got it. Tough pass, and Malik Newman bails out to Sosa. 8 to shoot. He'll try another three. He's fouled this time. Touched on the arm by Shine. So 3 free throws for Malik Newman, who already has 23 in the game.
They want to protect the shooter. Let's watch Shine. He gets him right on the wrist. The ball comes up short. Easy call for Ray Natili.
84% at the line for the former McDonald's All-American that began his career at Mississippi State. He was not happy with the first miss. Knocks down the second. Back in the game comes Marcus Garrett. And you would have to think this would be a very brief rest for Devontae Graham.
Exactly. And Bob, let's get back to Malik Newman. In high school, he was a 30, 40-point scorer. One of the things that you like to see, and that Bill Self's done this, he's turned him into a more complete all-around player. It was usually points first for Malik Newman in high school. And when he transferred to Kansas, he knew he was going to get his butt kicked for the year that he was going to sit out. And Bill Self is starting to mold him into a quality Kansas player.
Well, Gerald Vick thought that he had deflected the ball off of the fingertips of Kendall Smith. Joe DeRosa came over and got together with Ray Natili, and they changed the call. Here's another look. Very close.
Yep.
So it stays with Oklahoma State. Five to shoot. Carroll picks up his dribble. Has it deflected and taken away by DeSouza. Mikhailuk steps into an open three. In and out. DeSouza kept it alive and drew the foul. That's just hard work by Silvio DeSouza. Shine picks up his second.
Absolutely. Signs of life from DeSouza. The energy is not the problem. It's just getting comfortable in Kansas's rotation. And watch the hustle. He keeps his ball alive, battling inside against Sema. Sema pulls him down. Great young man. Played in the Under-19 World Championships for Angola last summer. Won by Lindell Wigginton and Canada. We saw glimpses of greatness last night from Lindell Wigginton in Iowa State.
If you watch this league, you at some point see glimpses of greatness from every team.
Yeah, that's right. No, it's fun to watch these guys get better every season.
No, it's not a real long rest for Devontae Graham. Garrett will drive it. Floats one. It's good.
That young guy's played 20 minutes a game all season long as a freshman.
The lead builds to 9. How worried would you be if you're a Cowboys fan right now as Shine has it knocked away? Good hands by Devontae Graham.
I'd be worried because remember, Kansas is also playing with extra motivation.
Graham pulls up. He extends the lead to 11. It's a 9-0 Jayhawks run.
Junior! What's up, what's up, what's up?
Do I know you?
Dewey Rider. I'm the new you. I'm the new model. I'm the upgrade. Oh, nobody told you?
No.
Oh, this is awkward. You know, I'm going to be driving race cars around super fast in circles, riding wild, Mountain Dew, all the time. I'll take this. Thank you. You just go on. Just go ahead and clear frame.
Exit frame, Dale.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way.
This is weird.
I'm all the way up.
Chicken fingers. Low-cut socks. Carrots, but organic carrot.
No way.
Artificial intelligence.
I need an agent like that.
Five-star pajamas.
You spray. You trip. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
Backstreet in my slippers. I'm going on a Target run. You need anything?
Toilet paper, cereal, maybe some chew toys.
Got it.
Get low prices today and every day. Target run and done.
I will be king. And you
Drink, son? No, thanks. I'm still driving.
will drive them away. We can be heroes.
Mexican spices?
nacho cheese sauce? They don't want these coming out.
Who's they?
The burger people, they.
Nacho fries, now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
T-Mobile keeps your family connected with new iPhones, which is great, unless your parents thought you were studying.
Somebody's busted.
Join T-Mobile, buy an iPhone 8, get an iPhone 8 on us. And now, bring your family to T-Mobile and get a 4th line free.
Yep, prime time, yeah, the stars align to shine and grind and drop dimes and blow your mind. Two teams out for glory and praise, but in the end, only one will hear their name raised.
Spurs, Thunder, Saturday at 8:30 on ABC, presented by YouTube TV.
We're back with a Big 12 flashback brought to you by Phillips 66. Fran, we'll flash back to about an hour ago.
Absolutely. Only basket of the game for Desmond Bane. Tied it, went into overtime, and then, as Barry Brown has done all year for Bruce Weber, take over down the stretch, and he did.
So Kansas State survives against TCU in overtime. They move on. They await the winner of this game. It'll be either Oklahoma State or KU to take on Kansas State tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, in semifinal number 1. And then 2 more games to come tonight to determine the other semifinal pair. Bob Wischusen here with Fran Fraschilla and Holly Rowe. Dave Fleming and Robbie Hummel and Chris Budden will bring you the other 2 games tonight here on ESPN2. And we'll step aside. De Sosa just picked up his 3rd foul, under 12 to go.
Guys?
Hey, what time's your flight?
I've got an hour until I'm supposed to board.
All right, we have things to do. Is there any cancellations? I thought she was your best friend.
Yeah, she was. So they attached a dog's head on the man's body.
Where's your backpack? Mom. You know what? I think I'm gonna sew your backpack to your back. What do you think?
While our most elevated models can be simulated, nothing compares to the real thing. Experience the Command Performance Sales event for yourself, now through April 2nd. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
What did you do this weekend?
Nothing very interesting. They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It has to. I'll take it from here.
He's back.
Ride ain't over yet.
My man.
This isn't the plan.
No, Master Wayne. This is the team.
Own Justice League.
With the press of a button, you can order 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each with the new Pie Tops. And when your pizza arrives, you can even pause the game with the new Pie Tops.
Who called timeout?
Get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas just $5.99 each because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Chicken fingers. Clyde to glide. Yes. Low-cut socks.
No way.
Papua New Guinea?
That's amazing. I need an agent like that.
I got you, Glide. You worked hard for those. Give them the protection they deserve.
Come on. Napoleon Bonaparte at the Battle of Waterloo. That's got it.
Battle of Waterloo? Those guys are good.
Five Slammer Jammer.
No way.
Easy. That was it. That last one was so easy. So easy.
Don't we need that cable box to watch TV?
Nope.
Don't we need a run?
Nope. It just explodes in a high-pitched...
Yeah.
Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. No satellite needed.
While our most elevated models can be simulated, nothing compares to the real thing. Experience the Command Performance Sales event for yourself, now through April 2nd. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Come on, bust them all, let's go.
You know that feeling that you only get this time of year?
And South Carolina makes history.
Welcome back.
Champ Week continues. We're calling the Big 12 here in Kansas City, but right down the road in St. Louis, about a 4-hour drive away. It is the SEC tournament. Auburn and Alabama, an Iron Bowl matchup of the quarterfinal already moving on. Kentucky, Florida, and Tennessee await their matchups in the quarters.
Yep, and congratulations to Yante Mayton, who was the SEC Player of the Year, the senior from Georgia, who last year in a game against Kansas had 30 in the CBE. Very impressive four-year player. For Mark Fox, former Kansas State assistant, grew up in the state of Kansas.
Garrett with the drive. He lobbed it, intended for DeSosa, but a foul called before the alley-oop could go through. That's going to be on Lindy Waters. That's his third. It's also good to see Cameron McGriff out there as well for Oklahoma State as he took that shot earlier in the game.
Oklahoma State goes zone on inbounds play, so Kansas has got to get to their stuff quickly.
That pass from Vick stolen by Shine.
Watch how they utilize Solomon at the opposite elbow. He's a screener. He'll catch it.
Carroll skips one to Smith. Newman the rebound.
Good team defense that time. They double team Carroll, force the ball out.
Malik Newman with a crossover and a foul call. And it looks like Smith will be called for the foul, diving into Marcus Garrett. That's his first.
Remember Travis Relaford, who was an outstanding player for Kansas, a 5-year guy. Marcus Garrett gives you the same kind of intangibles. But think about it, a freshman playing 20 minutes for a team like this.
DeSosa travel.
Kansas, Miss Lightfoot replaces Silvio DeSosa.
The learning curve continues to move for Silvio DeSosa. Got an earful from Bill Self, and now takes that seat next to Udoka Azubuike. Peer coaching as well as the head coach.
Yeah,
having something to say.
Unofficial big man coach tonight for Kansas. You see Big Doak. He made 77% of his shots this year. That leads the country. And that's also a Big 12 record. And I think if this was an NCAA tournament game, he could play today. But everything's locked up in terms of the 14 straight. They're either a 1 or a 2 seed, Bob. So why take a chance?
It's a sprained MCL on that left knee, and he's going to be reevaluated on Sunday. Once Selection Sunday wraps up, he's going to get looked at. And Bill Self said that he very well might be able to play by the time KU ends up in their first round NCAA site. Kansas has it back. Holly?
Well, keep in mind, Kansas has one of the best athletic trainers in the country. Bill Cowgill has actually kept them so healthy with all these short numbers. Their starters are playing a lot of minutes this season, but they have some of the fewest games missed in the country. If you go down their list, Devontae Graham, 31 out of 31. Svi, 31 out of 31. Udoka, 30 out of 31 until today's miss. So they have got some great rehabilitation help on the bench, and I have no doubt they'll get him back. And he has said that he is likely to play next week as well.
Yep, and Holly, keep in mind they've got a coach who knows about fresh legs. They play so many Monday games that with Devontae Graham this year, he's given them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off much of the time.
Graham turns it over. Garrett, though, rejects Smith, who steps back for 3. That's short. Shine on the offensive glass. Held ball. It belongs to Oklahoma State.
Tavares Shine is a graduate already with a 5th year if he wants to return, and looks like Devontae might have. He's holding his head.
The Cowboys, Brandon Avery replaces Kendall Smith.
been about 5.5 minutes since Oklahoma State last scored. And Kansas has opened up a double-digit lead. Bob Wischusen here with Fran Fraschilla and Holly Rowe at Sprint Center in Kansas City. This is game 2 of 4. Kansas State in overtime beat TCU earlier today. Two teams that are both going to be in the NCAA tournament, but it's K-State that advances. And we could get Chapter 3 of the Sunflower Showdown if this score holds. It would be Kansas and Kansas State in one semifinal tomorrow night. And now another foul call. This one's going to go against LeGerald Vick.
And if this score doesn't hold and Oklahoma State wins, then they have absolutely locked up a bid to the NCAA tournament. So a lot at stake here for the Cowboys in this final 9 minutes.
McGriff for 3. That won't go. It'll still stay, though, with Oklahoma State.
A good effort by Jeffrey Carroll on the backside. Didn't come up with it.
Carroll for 3. That's no good. Graham the rebound.
Well, guys, in the last timeout, Mike Boynton of Oklahoma State really got after his team. He said, there are balls in the air, and we're not getting to them. Why are they getting all the loose balls? He slammed his fist onto his whiteboard and said, we simply have to play harder. Why aren't you playing harder? And we've seen that. Since the timeout, I've seen 3 different 50-50 balls that Oklahoma State has gotten to. They have shown some hustle since their coach encouraged them in the timeout.
Lobs it to Lightfoot. But to that point, Fred, I asked you earlier, is there a chance you could start to see the gas tank empty a bit for a team that played last night? Because Oklahoma State, they had to beat Oklahoma last night. Offensive foul called here on shot.
And I think it's possible, Bob. But I think it's more about Kansas being locked in right now. Watch this right here. Just a little screen down. The big guy comes up and helps, and just nice lob, and that's just execution right there. You know, Bill Self said after the game on Saturday, we watched the tape and the tape didn't lie. We had 2 days to prepare for OSU, and we were just not the tougher team. Today, I think they've been the tougher team.
Luke, offensive rebound.
Oh, nice pass.
And speed connects off the feed from Garrett. Timeout, Oklahoma State. It's like the fog east, 16-point lead.
A juicy, flavorful cheeseburger that's under 350 calories? Feels like we're getting away with something.
I know, right?
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Taking these burgers, crossing the border, and changing our names?
No, ordering shakes.
Oh.
And changing our names. I'm gonna be Marianne. I'm gonna be Dottie. I'll be Shane.
For a limited time, get a flavor-packed cheeseburger with none of the guilt. New Sonic Signature Slingers, starting at just $1.99. This is how you Sonic.
Every legacy comes with a burden, an expectation to surpass. But that's the point. Bring us doubt, and we'll bring you the first car with true hands-free driving for the freeway. Bring us a challenge, and we'll reinvent what it means to own a car. Bring us all your expectations, and we'll defy them again and again and again.
We are rockets pointed up at the stars. We are billions of beautiful hearts.
We are inspired by women who have risen.
What about
With us, there are no limits. The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship.
In my experience, there are only two things guaranteed to grow. The cash value of your New York Life policy, a policy that keeps your family protected, and my famous Crane souffle, which literally never stops growing. Be good at life. New York Life.
It's not who you pick, it's where you pick. And this top seed is a lock. The #1 bracket game in the land. ESPN Tournament Challenge. So find a group of friends, a group of coworkers, or a group of anyone you know you can beat. Then pick your sleepers, pick your Cinderella, or pick last year's top team. Follow your bracket and get the latest tournament news from anywhere. Sign up at ESPN.com/bracket.
Champion continues this weekend on ESPN.
On Cartwright, spinning, fading, hitting the bucket in overtime, giving Providence the lead. They lead by 3 right now, 8 seconds left. Bob, Fran?
All right, Chris, thanks very much. As we're back at the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship. And without Udoka Azubuike, quality minutes for Mitch Lightfoot today for Kansas. Silvio De Sousa as well. They've got a 16-point lead.
Yeah, and how about the Kansas defense? Only 4 field goals for Oklahoma State. Second half, 4 for 17.
Carroll hits the side of the backboard. Graham for 3. Carroll down the lane. Good call by Joe DeRosa as he gets Vic with the foul. Fran takes us inside the play.
Yeah, watch the smart court vision. First by Vic to signal a screen, then by the freshman Garrett. He sees cross court, and he makes this pass 50 feet away. And that's, you know, Svi Mikhailuk's got a 3-bedroom apartment right there in that left corner. 2 baths, a study.
Carroll. The tip follow is there for Mitchell Solomon. To shoot. Graham goes to work. Mikhailuk from the corner. Graham's gonna have to force one up. Pretty good stand there for Oklahoma State. Do they have a push in them in the last 6.5 minutes? Lindy Waters, offensive foul. Charge taken by Lightfoot.
It's been all teamwork today on the court and off. Lightfoot with the charge, but let's watch right here. Azubuike, he's not playing today, but he knows it's good because he's seen his teammates, Svi Mikhailuk, do that about 1,000 times this year in practice and in games.
Mikhailuk with a reverse. And it looks like he stepped on the end line.
Oklahoma State, Bob, I'm telling you, if they make a couple more, if they can make a couple buckets and get this under 10, this could be one of them.
Soft touch not there for Kendall Smith. Good hands though by Shine, knocked it away from Lightfoot. Lightfoot blocks the shot, but Mikhailuk fouled Kendall Smith. Well, there's one of those 50-50 balls. A hustle play that, of course, Mike Boynton was urging his team to be more involved with, as you heard Holly Rowe talk about earlier. If they can just get their legs back under them in this last 6 minutes, maybe they can make a push.
No, I think they can. This is a team that, you know, they have dominated Kansas twice, particularly in Stillwater, more so. But you can't miss free throws when you're down 14. And you have the orchestrator, Devontae Graham, on the other side of the court, who's going to make sure the tempo of this game stays where Bill Self wants it. You just don't want to take the air out of the ball too quickly.
Kansas shooting 52% for the game, as you saw 47% in the second half. A lob ends up with Lightfoot as that was deflected. And a foul called. That bailed out Kansas as Kendall Smith is called for the foul on Lightfoot. Both teams are going to be over the limit the rest of the way. Here's the production that Mitch Lightfoot and Silvio De Sousa have given collectively Kansas in the absence of Azubuike.
Yeah, 12 and 12. Dokes in that 13 and 7 range.
Waters for three. That won't go. Offensive rebound, Solomon.
Well, that's what he does. Fourth leading rebounder in OSU history on the offensive glass.
Number 3 in the Big 12 this year, averaging just a shade over 3 offensive rebounds per game. He's had 2 in the last 3 trips.
I just think Kansas has got to get to a better flow offensively. They're utilizing too much time, and that is not a good foul. But let's go back to the Bixby big man, who's gotten better every year for Oklahoma State. He got a huge ovation on Saturday in his final home game. And I asked Bill Self earlier in the year about what he thought about Mitchell Solomon. He thought he could start for virtually every team in the Big 12. It's really hard to argue.
Point away from a career high now for Malik Newman. He's got 26. Smith fading away, just about gets the roll. The foul called on Lightfoot. That's his 4th. So that'll send him back to the bench. Here comes Silvio De Sousa. And it'll be 2 for Kendall Smith.
Kendall Smith has been slowed down today by pesky Kansas defense. In his first 2 games, he combined for 49 points against Kansas.
Another offensive rebound for Solomon off the free throw miss. And then a throwaway by Smith. Threw it right to McKiley. De Sousa rolls to the goal.
Terrific. If you got 4 shooters on the perimeter, it's hard to guard a big guy rolling without giving up an open 3.
Carroll bumped, plus the foul. So Jeffrey Carroll has a chance to make it a 10-point game.
Let's watch how much room De Sousa has in the lane, because if you come over and help, you're going to give up the 3 in the opposite side. But Jeffrey Carroll making something out of nothing, and now a chance to get 3.
That's the 4th on De Sousa. Wonder if Bill Self might ask James Sosinski to get up off the bench one more time.
No, I think now in this part of the game, it'll be 5 guards with Marcus Scarrett in the game. That's my take if both were to foul out. And he's going to use De Sousa's 5th foul before he brings Lightfoot back.
Well, Gerald Vick for 3. Knocks it down. That's a dagger of a 3 if you're Oklahoma State. Waters to Solomon. Knocked away by Vick. Here goes the Gerald Vick to Graham. Behind the back. Lindy Waters with a floater. And a quick timeout called by Mike Boynton. 13-point lead for Kansas. And Devontae Graham plays basketball with a joy when he's out there.
And it's teamwork too, Bob. You see, Vic gives it up first, and then Graham reciprocates. And today, without Azubuike, it's been all about teamwork.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball, and PlayStation 4. Greatness awaits.
The end of the practice is when we do all of our intensity drills. She was going at it.
Stop. Right there. There we go.
If we win this, is the one way to get to the playoffs.
I know.
McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu has breakfast, so you can use it to build the I forgot to set my alarm clock meal, featuring the sausage McMuffin with egg for $3, or the I'm not a morning person meal. Build your breakfast with favorites on McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu.
There's a reason you're here. It's in your blood. The primal need to pitch yourself against the unknown. And to do so, dear shopper, requires the very finest of wares. Let's get to it. Rated RP to
PlayStation.
After 170 years, we know you don't just have a baby. You have your first baby. Well, sometimes a couple more than you thought. Yeah, your life doesn't fit into any one plan. So whether it's the having your first and a second marriage plan, or the let's have one more.
Two?
Make that two more plan.
Sweetie?
Let us help with your plan.
We can do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Start a plan that flexes with yours. New York Life.
While our most exhilarating models can be simulated, nothing compares to the real thing. Experience the Command Performance Sales Event for yourself, now through April 2nd. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Introducing McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu. Use it to build the My Dog Ate My Wallet meal, or the Something for Everyone meal, featuring the new classic chicken sandwich for $3. Build your meal with favorites on McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu.
Chris Cotter back in Bristol. Georgia Bulldogs trying to spoil the Michael Porter Jr. party and for Mizzou. The Rayshawn Hammonds with the bucket. 6-point lead for the Dogs over on the SEC Network, Bob.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. Bob Wischusen here with Fran Fraschilla and Holly Rowe. 13-point lead for Kansas in a game that's not over yet. But Oklahoma State now has to play with almost no net, right? And they have zero margin for error in the next 3 minutes if they want to pull off a comeback.
Exactly, and the guy they have to try to rattle a little bit is the Big 12 Player of the Year. Not easy to do, Devontae Graham. Otherwise, Devontae Graham is now going to start to use more clock. Bill Self's already calculated in his head he's got enough points to win this game. Now it's about smart usage of the clock.
Devontae Graham just turned it over, but Holly, his playing ability, only one reason why he's going to be a Kansas legend.
Well, Devontae Graham has blossomed into an incredible leader. In fact, Bill Self told us that he's the kind of guy that can hold guys accountable, get on them, but then he's the one checking up on them and holding them accountable. Well, he's actually holding his coach accountable today. Look at this. Bill Self getting very heated in the face of the official, and Devontae, arm around the middle. Hey, coach, I got you, man. I think that is the best showcase of leadership we've seen.
How many different players did you have during your coaching career that you would say it's okay for them to do that to you?
Oh, absolutely. No, you know what? You got to have that. I told you earlier, Bob, the best teams are player directed. In other words, it can't always be the coach coaching. It's got to be coach to player, and then players coach each other. And those are always the best teams, especially when you have great leaders. It's hard to be the captain and the coach. It's great when you have a great leader like this on the floor.
And now he has to call a timeout. Kendall Smith hit a jumper to make it an 11-point game. And then the double team forces Devontae Graham to call a timeout. 2:24 to go in regulation time, 74-63. Kansas has the lead, trying to get to a return date with K-State tomorrow in the Big 12 championship semifinals. This Kansas team, Azubuike, obviously the knee is a question. Their depth almost zero. How far can they go, and how good do you think they really are?
Well, I didn't think throughout the year they were a Final Four team, but when we get to this tournament this year, anything's possible because of the parity. But playing without Azubuike today is actually good for them. It's good to be able to win different ways. We've seen De Sousa a lot, and as we said earlier, it's likely he could have played if this were an NCAA tournament game. I think this is a great confidence builder for a team that's been beaten twice by Oklahoma State. Dominated the second half, Bob.
At 6 Eastern on ESPN Sports Center with Michael Smith. A breakdown of Tigers' first round at the Valspar. Tell you what his chances are of contending over the weekend, plus a preview of Serena's match tonight in Indian Wells. And Jay Billis, the top seed, should be on upset alert as Newman tries a three from the corner and misses. Sports Center, 6 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Now, if you're Oklahoma State, you have to have what we call a hurry-up offense. And that means get into the half court quickly, 1 or 2 passes max, and then you've got to start to drive it, kick it, but you cannot run your normal offense. And their normal offense is deliberate.
Shine will drive it and kick it to the corner. Smith for 3. Shine an offensive rebound, forces it back up. It won't go. The tip follow is there. McGriff on the offensive glass.
Now, do you have a little bit of pressure to speed up Kansas? Potentially trap, but you don't want to foul unless you can get a bad foul shooter on the line.
And now it's to Graham. Malik Newman lays it in. I guess if you gamble defensively, sometimes you give that up.
That's exactly right. It's the law of averages. You got to take some gambles, chances.
Carroll fouled by Lightfoot, shooting a 3. Bill Self can't believe it. Mitch Lightfoot is fouled out, and Carroll will get 3 free throws with the clock stopped.
Not a smart play by the sophomore. He knows it. His coach knows it. Everybody in the building knows it.
And now your call. 5 guards. Here comes Garrett to the scorer's table to check in. So they'll go small with the 5 guards.
Well, and also because they have an 11-point lead. But I think Bill Self would have done this in a 1-point game. Just play your most experienced guys at this point of the game.
Well, guys, I'm only partially kidding with this injury update, but I have kept my eye on Udoka Azubuike on the Kansas bench, and his reaction time standing up to celebrate on plays, I'm just telling you, it's quick. The knee looks very healthy. He's going from a seated, squatted position. He pops right up with little or no pain, and I think he looks pretty good.
Only 1 of 3 free throws for Carroll, and an easy one for Garrett off the feed from Vic.
Somebody needs to hold Doak down. Say, sit down, big guy.
Smith throws it away to Vic. So now Kansas really in control. Malik Newman adds to it. Career high.
Well, Rudy Tomjanovich once said, never underestimate the heart of a champion. And this Kansas team has championship DNA, and they've had it for a long time.
Foul on Devontae Graham. 80-66. Kansas has the lead, and Tobacco Road in action tonight. Miami, North Carolina at 9 Eastern. That's the nightcap in the quarterfinals of the New York Life ACC tournament in Brooklyn at Barclays Center. Duke, Notre Dame at 7 Eastern. And as we talked about earlier, that could be the game that gets Notre Dame into the field. If they've got Bonzie Colson and Matt Farrell both back playing well, the committee sees that and they beat Duke.
Yeah, absolutely, because Mike Bray said yesterday, I feel really comfortable with our team with all my guys back. It wasn't just Bonzie. Remember, Matt Farrell was out for a while, so was Pfluger, so was Harvey.
And now Kansas will take the air out of the ball. 30 seconds to go. The question is this the last 30 seconds for Oklahoma State in terms of their hopes for the NCAA tournament?
I think, Bob, it is going to be touch and go the next 72 hours. I think this is a tournament team. The committee's got a lot of data. They watch a lot of they put a lot of eyes on these games. It could go either way because it's a matrix. Who wins, who loses in other tournaments. But I think this is a tournament team.
Down to the last 2 seconds. Garrett dribbles it out, and it will be Kansas and Kansas State in the Big 12 championship semifinals tomorrow for one spot in the championship game. Still 2 more semifinal spots up for grabs later on tonight. Once again, our final. Kansas wins it 82-68. For Fran Fraschilla and Holly Rowe, I'm Bob Wischusen. So long for now from Sprint Center in Kansas City. Back to Chris Cotter in the studio.